Welcome back. The topic for today is approximation. But before we start, let's look at the question from the last class. We wanted to put an appropriate symbol in the box. 36 divided by 3 is 12. And 13 minus 10 is 3. So what can we put in the box? We need to choose from greater than, less than, or equal to. I think this is the way to go. What do you think? So on to today's topic. When approximating numbers and exact value is not given, we can round off the number to a given place value. So let's look at this number line. Suppose I was given the number 27 and I wanted to approximate it to the nearest 10. We can see on the number line that 27 is closer to 30 than it is to 20. So 27 approximated to the nearest 10 is 30. However, if I wanted to approximate the number 21 to the nearest 10, I will have to round off 21 to 20 because it's closer to 20 than to 30. The problem arises when we have to choose the number 25. 25 seems to be equidistant, meaning the same distance from 20 and 30. What the world of mathematics has decided, on a couple reasons, mainly because it's simpler, 25 should be always rounded up. So the 5 is an indication that the number will be rounded up to the next place value. So 25 to the nearest 10 is 30. So we were just rounding to tens. How about if we needed to round to hundreds? What is the number 360 to the nearest 100? 360 is closest to 400. So 360 approximated, this is a sign for approximation, to the nearest 100 is 400. What is 320 to the nearest 100? To the nearest 100, it is 300. And of course, you now know the answer. If 350 is approximated to the nearest 100, we will choose 400 because of the 5. We can approach this in a more systematic way without using a number line. So if I was told to round 790 to the nearest 100, what I will do is underline the hundreds position and then look closely at the number that comes after. And because that number is greater than or equal to 5, I must round up. That means I will give this 7 an additional 1. So 790 is equal to 800 to the nearest 100. Because I explained my answer, I can put the equal sign now. How about rounding to the nearest 10? Let's try 402. The procedure is underline the tens, look at the place value after, check and see if it's 5 or more. It isn't, so I don't need to round up. I can round down. 402 is equal to 400 to the nearest 10. This is fun. Let's try another one. 4,511 to the nearest thousands. Oh boy, we are in the thousands. Underline the thousands. Look at the digit that comes after. It's a 5. We're going to have to round up, my friend. So what are we noticing? After we have decided to round up or round down, the remaining digits all become zeros. So 4,511 is equal to 5,000 to the nearest 1,000. Fascinating. As is the norm, let me leave you with a question to attempt. Round 1,695 to the nearest 10. Can you do it? Sometimes in these approximation questions, you start off chain reactions and the addition of the 1 sends digits going and going, and maybe you'll see that happening in this question. In the next class, we'll be learning operations. See you there. Love and blessings.